and sit down.
And now, streaming live from the sunny Southern California coast, this is Options Uncensored.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve. Welcome to Options Uncensored. We're making real option trades in real time together. Let's get right into it. First things first, make sure you have your brokerage account open so you can follow along. Have your YouTube video quality set as high as possible. That way you can read the numbers a whole lot easier. Have a calculator on hand so we can do some easy math. If you have a question or a stock you want to go over together, leave it in the comments section and we'll do it together live. And finally, remember, this is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Cool. All right, happy CPI day. Let's check out our open positions. Our Roku position filled, so we'll go over that one in a second. XLV got filled yesterday at 29, looking for 14, so it's on the way. We have a T-bill auction later today, so ignore this one. XBI, we're trying to roll. I know XBI is down a bit today, so hopefully this one will get filled. Trying to roll it at straight across 0. Right now, mark is at 42. We'll see what happens on this one. USO short put for February. Making money so far. We're trying to get to 35. Right now we're at 41. This could fill today. Could fill during the show. We'll see. XHB trying to get to 25. Right now at break even. SPY down slightly today. You can see it's got to get some work done here in the next week or so. If not, we'll roll this to February. And IWM, same thing. Looking good. Trying to get to 20. Right now at 43. I'm not too concerned about that one. All right. Let's find some new opportunities. First up, we had all the spot ETFs approved today. So they've started trading. However, I don't know if there are options available yet on those. We're going to wait to see which one is the biggest and which one is going to have the most volume, which means they'll have the most options traded, which will be the most liquid, okay? Hope that makes sense. So we got to kind of wait and see. I've looked at a couple of them already. I think looks like Grayscales is the biggest. And there are no options available for these. So if you look down the entire list of new ones that got launched today, there are no options available yet. So we got to wait for that to get up and running. So far we'll hold off on Bitcoin. But if you did want to do a Bitcoin move, let's look at first Coinbase. This is the best we can do. Probably a buy the rumor, sell the news here, the big build up. And then sell off today. We wanted to sell the call side, but may have missed this one. Earnings are on the 20th. Call side still. If you sold 190 and bought 195. That's 430 minus 365 divided by 2 divided by 500. 6.5% there if you sold the call side. I'd assume there's more downside movement coming. 427 on the call side. On the put side, 179. So if you sold on the put side the 105 and bought the 100, or maybe even bought the 95. Sold 105, bought 95. It's 186 minus 106 divided by 2 divided by 1,000. That's only 4%. So I'd skip the put side here. Let's also look at Marathon, MARA. Flat. Earnings are February 29th. We looked at this one over the past couple days. So probably at the open had a big jump up and now is selling off. Hard to say on this one. You make a case for the call side or the put side. On the put side, if you sold the 15 and bought the 11, 35 minus 10 divided by 2 divided by 400, 3.1%. No bueno there. Call side, probably get paid more. If you sold 38 and bought 42. 156 minus 112 divided by 2 divided by 400, 5.5% there. That's not bad. We'll hold on this one. Let's wait for the ETFs to start getting more volume under their belt and then look at the options there once they become available. Next, we'll look at KB Homes, KBH. Down 3% today. This is post-earnings. Earnings were yesterday after the close. Goldman maintains at neutral. Wedbush raises price target, all that good stuff. So let's see. Here's the chart. Not a lot of movement. Gap down. It's kind of filled the gap already. Not a lot of volume on either side, so we'll skip this one. Next, I take a look at Hertz, HTZ. They came out talking about they're going to try to abandon their EV fleet or get rid of some of them. Hertz to sell 20,000 EVs, shifting back to gas-powered. The maintenance cost and all that and the resale value is just not worth it for them. Earnings are the 6th, so we're less than a month away, and the options aren't very liquid. They are at the money price, but you can't go far out, so we'll skip. Next, Boeing. We're getting close to Boeing. Their earnings are the 31st, getting close. Down again. Could catch a bounce here from support back here. If not, 200 days what we're looking at next for selling the put side. I think we'll wait till after earnings on this one as well. Moving on, Netflix. Up 2.5%. Games download surged by 180%. Oh, this is what it was. Their ad tier plan has more than 23 million viewers. So that was the news today. Up big. Earnings on the 23rd, though, so we're very close to earnings. We're going to have to wait till after earnings are done and then see what the movement is. If it's a big move, then we can make a move. If not, we'll just stay away from this one. What's nice about this one, though, is liquidity's great. IV's okay. Put side is fairly priced. Call side is call skew on this one. We'll wait till after earnings. Okay. Next, Oxy. I know someone asked about Oxy yesterday on the put side. They were in the news this morning. Berkshire. In the news this morning, earnings on the 26th. Our viewer yesterday was looking at the call side, so it is up today. Marginally, it's not up great. Will the upside continue? I don't know. Maybe. This is an oil play. So we have our USO position open. Let's take a look at USO. Oil's up again today. I think there was an oil ship taken control of outside of Oman near the Red Sea. Hence the upside today. No news on the ETF, but I think that's what happened. So up today, trying to get to 35. We're getting closer. $5 off for this one closing. Maybe it'll close today during the show. I don't know if I'd open up a new position today, though. If you did, you'd want to sell the 61. And like I did, these are just puts. There's no coverage. So I just sold the put, cash secured. But if I want to open up another position today, I'd sell the 61. Right down here, 61. That seems fair. They sold the 59. So my trade's going better. I wouldn't try opening the put side today. Yesterday was the day to do it. It had a big down day, big sell-off, lots of volatility in there. And I sold the 59. I'd wait on this one. Okay. Moving on. MasterCard, MA. News today about MasterCard. Goldman maintains buy. Raises their price target to $4.82. Oppenheimer upgrades. Earnings are the 31st, though, so we're too close to this. Where is MasterCard? MasterCard's at all-time highs, I believe. Yeah, so that's interesting. Take note of, but we are too close to earnings. Call side, what does it look like if you sold the 455 and bought the 460? So maybe interesting, though, actually. 237 minus 168 divided by 2 divided by 500. Almost 7% on MasterCard. That's interesting. I don't know if I'd want to go into earnings right now. But let's look at JP Morgan. We talked about opening a position today, Thursday, for their earnings report tomorrow. Earnings are before the market tomorrow. So we know that. We've had this big run up since October with hardly any sell-off. It looks like there's a mini sell-off starting here, but not much, honestly. And like I said the past couple shows, unless the earnings are perfect, this thing is probably going to sell off afterwards. So I would sell the call side before earnings. Let's take a look. February expiration. Look at the IV. So you're going to have the most volatility the closer you get to expiration. So as it trails out, smooth it out a lot. Call side. If we sold the 180 and bought the 185, what do you get? 91 minus 40 divided by 2 divided by 500. 5% on the nose. 180. Maybe we won't make this trade. 180 is up here. The thing about this is it's a binary move. So if after earnings tomorrow this thing gaps down because of negative news, the position will close overnight. If not and gaps up, we may be in this one for a bit. I don't know. It has had a good run up. 180. Let's go ahead and do it. What the hell? So, if you're following along, just be where earnings are tomorrow morning. What's the put side paying? Put side's paying 58. There is some slight put skew, but not by much. This one's fairly priced. We'll sell the 180 and buy the 185. Okay? Good liquidity here, so I'm not worried about getting in and out and rolling if need be. Go to verticals. Go to 5 for February. Sorry, what did I say? 185? 180, 185. All right. We'll check the ticket here. We're going to sell one February 180 call and buy one February 185 call. So in case there's some crazy jump up after earnings, we've got some limited protection by creating the spread. Okay. Credit of 53. Let's preview this. Double check the ticket. Sell one 180 call to open, buy one 185 call to open, receive a credit of $53. Important that we receive a credit and send that out. I'll hang out here. We will set the buy to close order at $26, okay? So if this gets filled today, set your buy to close, good till cancel, $26 limit debit, okay? Since we're here, why don't we go over the Roku trade? Let's pull up the chart of Roku. This one has got some explaining. So here's Roku. We opened this position on November 3rd. So we've been in this one for a while. This one that filled. So what we did on November 3rd, the second day after earnings, we sold a short call spread. We sold the 95 and bought the 100. So the 95 we bought, we shorted the 95 call and bought the 100 call, $500 spread. It started to sell off and we almost got filled back here, but it never did. And as it moved against us the entire spread, the 95 and the 100. So JP Morgan filled. We'll set the buy to close order in a second here. The entire spread became in the money. So it moved past the 95 and the 100, hung out here. It moved past us, but it didn't end up out of the money by the time we reached expiration in December. So we had to roll it to January expiration. Okay? So I think somewhere around the 18th or the 19th, we rolled it here. And then, no, I think the 15th was expiration right here. So had we let the spread expire, it would have been a loss, okay? But by rolling it with the same strikes, it bought us more time. We didn't receive a credit or anything, but it moved back down, and now today this position is finally closing. So November 3rd through January 11th, a little more than 2 months in this position, but we finally made our money. We made 34 divided by 500, made a 6.8% return over the course of 2 months. I know this one took longer than normal, but we eventually got to where we needed to be and made the money. JP Morgan right here. We'll click on close. Debit of, what did I say? 53 divided by 2, $26. Okay. Preview that. Oh, set good till canceled. Buy one JP Morgan 180 call to close and sell one JP Morgan 185 call to close. Debit 26 limit. Correct. Good. We'll send that out. And I'll just chill out here with the rest of these until it gets filled. If JP Morgan tomorrow after earnings gaps down, this may actually close tomorrow morning. So we'll see. Not stressed out about this one at all. Cool, so that's JP Morgan, and that's our Roku trade that closed this morning. Moving on. Blackstone, BX. In the news, new co-chief investment officer downgrade from Oppenheimer. That's what it was. So Blackstone got downgraded today. Earnings are on the 25th. So we're a little too close to open something new here. Big move up, selling off. Interesting. But let's move on. Too close to earnings. Chewy, CHWY. I think Chewy got an upgrade today. Goldman maintains buy on Chewy. Barclays upgraded Chewy. That's what it was. So an upgrade at Barclays. Earnings aren't until March, so that's nice as well. So we've got some time. Lower low, lower low. If it got down to like 1750, maybe even 18, sell the put side. We're not there yet. I do like this one though. You don't get paid for it though. That's the problem. The 17.5 is too close, and the 15 is too far out on the put side. I'm not terribly interested in the call side though. All right, let's move on. Lyft, LYFT. Let's keep an eye on USO. So the bid is now 35. We're going to get filled at 35. So if we can get either the mark or the ask at 35, our USO position should fill here any second. Okay, back to Lyft. Earnings are February 8th, so we're a little less than a month away. Let's keep that in mind. Upgrade. Let's look at the put side. Maybe skip the put side. Call side. Yes, call side you get paid better. Call skew on this one, for that makes sense. If you look at the chart movement, big move up, pull back. It looks like what's we got 16, 9 to 16, almost a 50% retracement. You're going to get a lot of support from here, here, and here. So it could be bouncing any day now with a continued move up. That's why the call side is more expensive and quote unquote overpriced. Not crazy about either one of these. If you sold 16 and bought 18, 39 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 200, 5.2. That's okay. It's not great. Put side, the 10's a little close for comfort, but you'd want to sell the 10 either straight out or buy the, you'd have to buy the 8, and there's no liquidity, no volume here. So you could sell the 10 and buy the 9. That seems silly though. Or just sell the 10 straight out. 10 is way down here. That seems fair. The put side seems fairly priced. Okay? But remember, earnings are coming up. Next, American AAL. What was the news today? Announces webcast. I don't remember what the news was on this one, but maybe it was American Express, AXP. Anyways, earnings on both are coming up. It was a downgrade yesterday. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's take a look at Chesapeake and Southwest Energy. Southwestern is down, Chesapeake is up. Either a merger or some sorts. I forget what the deal was. Earnings for Chesapeake are February 20th. Shooting up, hitting the 200-day, so let's keep an eye on that. And catching some resistance back from September 23. All of this right here. Call side? No, probably not enough volume. When you don't see weeklies available, probably not liquid enough to do anything. Southwestern, what's this ticker? SWN. Flat on the news. No liquidity here. Moving on. Let's follow up with gold. We had CPI today and we have PPI tomorrow. Not that big of a surprise. Came in slightly hotter than normal, but gold looks like it's losing volatility, so that means we may be done for now. Looking at the gold market. If I had to guess though, I don't even know. Taking gold off the list. We'll revisit it later. If there's any move after the next Fed meeting, or if we get more inflation data, jobs report, that stuff. But as of right now, not enough volatility in gold to do anything anymore, okay? Let's take a look at Unity. Been following up on that one, waiting for it to get to 30, 33 to sell the put side. We're getting closer. We've got support right here. We've got the 200-day right here. Maybe now's the time. Earnings are February 26th. What's going on with Unity? So I think earnings are after this expiration. Put side. This one's close. You sell 29. And by 25. Let's take a look. 48 minus 14. Divided by 2, divided by 400, 4.2%. That's not so dandy. Selling the 29 straight out is an option. I don't know about this one. Let's wait one more day. See if we can get down a little bit more to 33-ish. Okay? Hold on this one. We're very close. What's the call side look like? If you sold 42 and bought 45, that's a $300 spread. 71 minus 39 divided by 2 divided by 300, 5.3. So a little bit of put skew, but not by much. This one's fairly priced on both sides. 47 on the put side, 71 on the call side. This all makes sense. Hold on this one. One more day, okay? Unity. Let's take a look at TLT. See if there's any movement in the bond market. Completely flat after CPI. Catching a little bit of a bounce here from support back in December. Otherwise, it could be a large fall down to the 50% retracement somewhere around, I'd say 93, 92.5, 91. Yeah. Hold on TLT. I wouldn't open anything here. If I had to on TLT, I'd sell the call side. Selling 101 and buying 103 is what the numbers look like. It's going to be tight. 39 minus 19. Divided by 2, divided by 200. That's 5% right there. I don't know if it's worth it though. On the put side, if you sold 92 and bought 89, 40 minus 13, divided by 2, divided by, what did I say, 300? 4.5% there, so you get paid slightly more on the call side. I don't know. Tempting to sell the call side here. You can tell just because there's so much room to fill, just you need to have a little bit more of a pullback here. It's already broken below this low here. So if this continues and closes below the low of the 8th, we should have some more downside continuation until, say, maybe 94. We may get a little bounce, maybe. And I mean little bounce. What was the call side? 101? 101's right here. That seems fair. That seems fair. All right. Let's look at Shopify, SHOP. This is a follow-up from, I think, yesterday. Up today. Sorry, was up today. Now it's down today. Looks like Ivy's low, so be aware of that. Earnings are February 21st. Call side looks interesting. Selling the call side. If you sold 95 and bought 100, what do you get? 121 minus 70 divided by 2 divided by 500. 5% there. That's okay. Put side. The 70 is too close to sell, and the 65 is too far out. You'd have to sell 65, and you don't really get paid for it. And then buy 60, because I don't want to own Shopify. 74 minus 34 divided by 2 divided by 500. 4% there. I'd pass on this one. I think catching resistance from back here from January 2022. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was another pullback. This one's tough. If not, next resistance is 84 and 88. The short strike would have been 95. Do the math one more time. 118 minus 68 divided by 2 divided by 500. 5% right on the nose. This one's tempting as well. 95 on the chart. It's right up here. That seems fairly priced. Maybe I'll open this one too. I'll go ahead and open this one. All right. Selling the 95 call and buying the 100 for February expiration. 95 100 is right here. Go for 53. So we'll sell one February 95 call and buy one February 100 call. Limit credit of $53. Go ahead and preview that. Actually change to 54 now. Why not? Preview. We'll sell one shop 95 call to open. Buy one shop 100 call to open. Credit of $54. Everything looks good. We'll send that out. That'll hang tight here. If this one gets filled, 54 divided by 2, That's $27. So if this one gets filled, we will set a buy to close limit debit good till canceled at $27. Okay. Nvidia next. Nvidia earnings are the 21st, so we got some time. Excuse me. All-time high again today during the session. Hit an all-time high. It's already selling off. The past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green days in a row. It's got to have some pullback. Earnings, what did I say? The 21st. 21st. Today's the 11th. Okay, so let's take a look. So looks like earnings are after the February expiration. So if all things go well, we don't have to worry about earnings during this expiration for February. Call side. If you sold 605 and bought 610, 605 pays 605 minus 532 divided by 2 divided by 500, 7.3% there. It'd probably be even more than that. 605 on the chart. 605 is up here. This seems fairly priced as well. Doesn't mean it can't get there. It most certainly can. Keep an eye on this one. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger yet. Close. Move from 390 to 500. 400 to 500 there. 50, 500. I'm going to wait. Put a note on NVIDIA. We'll follow up tomorrow or next week. But right now we're going to hold. We'll have to know by tomorrow or so because we'll start trading March expiration soon. Not yet, but soon. So hold on there. It's kind of on the fence on this one. I don't want to get run over by NVIDIA. Cool. That's everything on my list. Let's quickly, we've got a little bit of time left. Let's go to our IV rank scanner and sort by volume. Not going to spend too much time here today. We've got a lot of work done already. Tesla earnings, IWM's come down a bit. This was what, 60 yesterday? Let's take a look. IWM, I have my position open. Down again. I'm short. What do I sold the 197 and bought the 200. So my strikes are still out of the money and moving in the right direction. Trying to get to 20 here for me. Mark's at 46. If you wanted to open something new today, I would probably stay away. Put side would look interesting somewhere around here, around 182. Catch support around, actually it's kind of lining up quite nice. 181, 182, sell the put side. We're not there yet. Got another 10 points to go. I'd hold on this one, believe it or not. I wouldn't open the call side and I wouldn't open the put side here. Put side, you'd want to sell 180. 180's down here. A little too close for now, but we'll follow up over the next week or two, okay? And once my position closes, I'll be free to open up a new one, but not right now, okay? Moving on. Marathon Digital has an event on the 18th. The CFO will participate at the Needham Growth Conference. Wonderful. Apple, earnings on the 1st. Amazon has earnings as well. AMD, October, November, December, January, end of January, early February earnings. We'll skip. Netflix has earnings. FXI, China. Is going to be worth it. Let's take a look really quick. I don't think so. Could catch a bounce actually around 21.5. Jesus. But if it breaks below this low here back from October 22. It has room to fall. So I would open up a put somewhere around 21.5. I don't want to do it yet. Another $1.50 to go, but percentage wise that's a lot. So I'd wait here. Interesting. Put side. You don't even get paid for it. You need to sell the 20, the 25, or the 21. You're just not going to get paid for it. Coinbase. We already looked at that. Riot. No. Meta has earnings on the 1st. MPW, no. Google has earnings coming up. I know that. Bank of America and Citi both have earnings. Well, Bank of America is tomorrow with JP Morgan. We got our JP Morgan position filled for earnings tomorrow. That should be exciting. Citigroup, garbage. The KRE, if you want to do the index overall for the regionals, their earnings are coming up. Go for it. BITO, let's take a look. This one does have options. Here's our chart. Selling off on the ETF news. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to sell off over the next couple of weeks and months. Call side, you'd have to go all the way out to the 27. A lot of volume here at the 28. These are all sellers. And horrible liquidity. 21.57 spread. I would stay away from this. Next. Boeing. We already looked at Boeing. Got to wait for earnings at this point. Pfizer. No. Google. We did. SoFi. Too small. ARK. ARKK. Let's take a look. Down 3% today. It's broken down here. This could continue to move down. Call side, February. What do we got? Selling the 54 and buying 57. $57 minus 27 divided by 2 divided by 300. 5% on the nose. That's okay. Not crazy about it. Put side, if you sold 42 and bought 39. 48 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 300. 5% there too. So evenly priced on both the call and the put side. Firm down again. Wish we sold the call side there. Intel has earnings on the 24th. PayPal, no. XBI down good. Trying to roll our XBI position. We'll see what happens. I think you know what, that'll do it for today. Let's recap, okay? So Shopify we have open, trying to get to 54. If we do, set the buy to close order at 27. Keep you posted. JP Morgan, we're set up for earnings tomorrow. We sold the 180 and bought the 185. We've got a short call spread, so we're hoping for some downward action after earnings tomorrow and even during the day tomorrow. Okay, so we're trying to get to 26 buy to close order open. Roku got filled today finally, so if you've been in that one or following along since early November, thank you for your patience. Sometimes these things take months to unwind, but finally closed on Roku, made our $34. Not bad. Included one roll from December to January. That was a fun trade. Even though the entire spread got in the muddy for a couple weeks here. Everything else is looking fine. I'm not too concerned about anything. I'm trying to roll XBI. We'll see if that happens. If not, it'll be what it's going to be. And SPY, we're probably going to have to roll this one sometime next week. And I think next week is a short week because we have another holiday Monday with the market closed. I think. I'll have to check on that. We'll know more tomorrow. All right. Cool. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Tune in every morning, 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast and 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. We go live every morning trading options. Also, tell your friends who are trading options to tune in as well. we can all trade options together. Busy day, got a lot of work done. Keep an eye on oil today. Hopefully this short put closes as well. Trying to get, what, $35 here? Trying to get to 35. The bid's now at 35. If the marker asks us to 35, this thing will close, okay? So good job me for that. See you all tomorrow. Have a good one.